17th, between 17th and 18th on California, right in front of the Marriott. 17th and 18th on California. Yeah.
Shannon has been here before.
All right, see you in a minute. Bye.
Yeah, Chad and
I'm rolling, by the way.
Rashawn showed
How's it
up.
going?
David and Clinton.
Oh,
David, nice to meet you finally. Pleasure.
hi, David. Good to see you again. Oh, yeah. How are you?
Michael.
Michael.
Michael. Let's see, I got one
So
other.
you invited a lot of people to join the activism exchange.
Oh, yeah. A lot of different activists.
And I went in there and I always check to make sure someone looked at it. And I saw you were able to add them anyway. It showed you adding.
Hey Reno, what's going on? I missed your call, but I just got a moment.
David and Clinton.
Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Let's see, what kind of signs have you got here?
Well, this is
What about it?
Andrew Williams.
What about it?
CFRC, this is our main poster. This shows
Yeah, we're there between 17th and 18th on California.
All the red triangles, it's like
Yeah.
6%. And this one we made up when Andrew Williams got
All right,
the
see you in a
award
minute.
from the Independent Bankers
Yeah, this
Association.
I've seen
Bye-bye.
on Facebook.
Oh,
That
this is-
image with that caption, but I've never seen the housing.
This is on our Facebook, CFRC's Facebook too. Colorado Foreclosure Resistance Coalition.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Dan, or David.
And a lot of these
I
too.
thought I'd come down and meet you finally. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen your face, but I don't show mine on Facebook.
Right?
And a lot of them end up being, investors buy them. So when we canvassed them, we found a lot of them tenants. So the owner occupancy is
really
I got
dropped.
kicked off the Democratic Senate
cash cow.
campaign fund
Yeah,
Facebook site.
Yeah.
yeah, because
It's not hard, is it?
No.
Yeah.
It's usually what is owed the bank, so they don't lose any more money. So there's a lot of equity.
Yeah, I
Make 'em
just
up
had to
cheap.
say some accurate things about Gene Nicholson. And that was it.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Did you know there was an effort to get
But I'm
a state bank
going to
established?
send them the entire legislature a nice little core
Yes, I would
request
just want
this
to
weekend.
Yeah.
Would you like me to blind copy you?
What does that get you?
It'll get me an admittance of guilt.
I messaged him. I
Nice.
said, "What got
Yeah, because I'm going to go through their checklist that they have
Okay.
of what they're supposed to do for these licensing, and I want them to produce all the documentation that they use to evaluate and analyze all that checklist, including minorities, including women.
People that you think maybe Democrat
law.
Representative Williams would care about.
Yeah. Since it
Supposedly
went
she
through-
does.
Since it went through her committee.
Really, went through the business committee?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha.
Federal would do it, or
Yeah, she is one person I am not going to let go of. And since they wrote this down as law and then they didn't do it,
Yeah.
is that perjury?
You would think so?
yeah.
I don't know if it's perjury, but it's breaking the law.
Yeah, it's at least a false statement.
Let's see, I need a battery.
I went to see Linda Newell today, and she was supposed to have a town hall, but didn't. She went to the Middleton Library. She was not there.
Well, Fred, can you tell us, let's see, first I'm going to look at this sign which reads, in 2013, Independent Bankers of Colorado awarded Angela Williams the Spirit of Independence for standing firm in the face of opposition from her fellow Democrats. It's now fast forwarding to 2014. We're sitting here in October at the Marriott where the Denver Democratic Party is throwing their annual Edward J. Kennedy dinner, and they have selected Miss Williams, again, who opposed her party, as Democrat of the Year. So evidently, if you're a Democrat and you can bring in the money, they don't care if you vote for Democratic ideals. But we, from Colorado Foreclosure Resistance Coalition, Occupy Denver, believe in the democratic ideals, and we believe people should be protected from rapacious banks, and we don't think that someone like this who represents banks should be awarded anything except being shown to the door in November. Fred has been with me at many of her meetings. He was able to testify on my behalf that we never harassed her. We simply showed up and asked questions that she didn't want to answer. Fred, she always says that her door is always open. Have you ever been allowed into her office?
No. 2 years ago, roughly, we were down at the State House, and the office that she shares with her staff and several other representatives was always locked from the minute we got there. Somebody would go in or out and the door would go slam quick. We waited several hours and were never allowed in.
Yes, I believe some people stayed until 5 o'clock that day, never got in. Were you one of the ones who stayed till the end and also spoke with Tracy Kraft-Tharp, who said when she told Steve Bailey, at least, that she would be voting however Angela Williams voted on the Mortgage Accountability Act?
I stayed late in the afternoon. I wasn't there till 5.
Okay.
I stayed late enough that we could lobby several other members of her committee.
Okay. Yeah, well, that was one of the things we heard from several. Tracy Kraft-Tharp was one, Paul Rosenthal was another.
Yeah.
I don't know if, I believe they're both up for election, and they both voted against the Mortgage Accountability and Housing Stabilization Act, and they simply said that they were going to follow Angela's lead. So Paul Rosenthal, in fact, called me when we were sitting at Nikki's home one day and shared that he himself I believe had been through a foreclosure, or at least had to do a modification. He knew how hard it was, and yet even in Nikki's case, where the banks, we had proof that they had every payment made to them, didn't accept her payments, he was willing to do absolutely nothing. So unfortunately, guys like you and me have to keep doing what we're doing because our legislators aren't doing the work. Would you like being on the streets holding them accountable, or would you rather have them just do the right thing?
I'd rather have them do the right thing. I mean, there are a number of other things I could be doing with my time now. To go back to what you were saying previously, I don't think that Angela Williams has ever stood up to anybody except the victims of foreclosure in the city and our group. This has brought a lot of trouble to her. She got a restraining order against a member of our group, and this restraining order was thrown out, and now a state official is being sued for denying the First Amendment rights of a citizen.
Yeah, and under disclosure, that would be me. Oh, we have some more folks showing up. Hello. Thanks for coming. In the police state, we would like that. Right? Have you been attending the Marvin Booker trial?
I was only able to go one day.
Yeah, I understand they've finished the trial and they're waiting on the jury. Yeah.
But the word is now, I guess, that one of the jurors wants to not be on the jury anymore.
Right.
So we might end up with a hung verdict.
Can they just excuse themselves, or that would end? I don't know. I thought that would be a hung jury.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be some sort of mistrial, probably. And either way, it has to be a unanimous decision. If she votes one against the rest of the 6, then a hung jury as well.
Right.
So the chances are looking like it's going to start all over again. Yeah, I do.
Give him a handout.
You mean in terms of the year award?
Yes.
She got an independent bank association.
Careful about standing in the entryway. They'll harass you.
Oh, they're not gonna arrest me.
Oh,
Don't
they-
worry about it, babe.
They came out to harass us already.
Did they?
Well, they were nice.
So do we want to say something? Loud and
Yes.
clear?
I never even thought about bringing that.
How about the?
Isn't it ironic that Angela Williams is the Democrat of the Year since the only entity she represents are big banks?
Feel the urban camping van.
She actually stood up to her constituents on the foreclosure issue in favor of the banking lobbyists.
And did she make any money for that?
And yes, she got, coincidentally, campaign contributions from the same lobbyist group. She won the Spirit of Independence Award from the American Bankers Association, which is just a fresh from large banks in the United States. Way to go, Democrats!
Yeah, and we've been trying to find out how this selection was made.
Who selected her as the top Democrat of the year? You think you could have selected someone who wasn't bought and paid for outright blatantly?
I've seen your picture before.
The person who has the highest foreclosure rate in the state and then kills the bill that might have helped it wins the Democrat of the Year award? That's pretty ironic.
And as usual, we have a police escort, making sure
Oh, yeah.
we're safe.
We're such scary people, they have to have cops here to try to intimidate us.
had an unmarked
As
drive-by.
usual, because that's all the cops do. Is intimidate protesters. Which we are doing now.
There they go. Denver's finest.
I was hoping for those little stand-ups.
I guess Representative Williams did make the phone call about security today.
Evidently. Do you know that Angela Williams is also on the Downtown Denver Partnership Board of Directors?
Oh, what a coincidence. Angela Williams is on the board of the Downtown Denver Partnership.
Sure.
Which is this entity which lobbied the Denver City Council to
You bet.
Have a
good one. Who are you with?
Oh, I go to Metro State. I'm a
Excellent.
journalism student.
Right on. Thanks for being out.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Number one Democrat of the year hates the homeless and screwed her own constituents on foreclosure in favor of big banks so she could get more cost contributions from the big bankers.
So 20.
Angela Williams represent,
Angela Williams represents big banks, not you.
not you, not me.
Not me.
Williams is bought and paid for.
What, Derek, watch the line.
Thanks.
They will be assholes about it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Angela Williams takes campaign contributions from the American Bankers Association and won. And she won an award from them, the American Spirit of Independence, for standing up to her constituents and killing the foreclosure bill. Her district is the number one foreclosed district over the last 10 years, and she won a bill for standing up and killing a bill that would have helped her constituents. She is bought and paid for.
Good evening, T. How are you? We're just here calling out Angela Williams for
Being bought and paid for.
being paid for by the big banks and selected by the Democrats as Democrat of the Year.
For standing
can-
up to her own constituents in favor of big banks. Sad. Sad. No, so is there more issues than, because I saw some other signs.
Well, we've got
About
the
the fellow
sleepwear.
that was murdered.
She's on the Downtown Denver Partnership Board of Directors
Really?
that helped pass the urban camping ban, which is why she never stands up against the urban camping ban, because
Okay.
she's
This
helped
isn't-
back it.
This is the neighborhood in her district. Each red is a foreclosure.
Yeah,
So yeah, you probably
Yeah, I
have
know.
seen them.
I know.
You know what? We got the highest rate in our district. Yeah.
All the corruption to protect the architects that are breaking the law.
Is she? Are there other Democrats?
It goes
Oh,
through the
yeah.
business committee.
Yeah, they even committed perjury in the first
This
degree.
would be
in
a
the
nice
Sunset
button for
Review,
you wearing
as
there.
well as other
Nice
perjuries.
button.
With my fancy clothes.
You look so
You do look beautiful.
Thank you. Normally I would, but I'm being fancy tonight.
Okay, no problem.
But yes,
Well, thanks.
I agree.
Thanks for coming to say hello.
Oh, well,
I'm
certainly.
glad you're getting around well.
I am actually.
What's
I
the
don't
prognosis?
totally need this.
Yeah,
but
how
it's-
long?
At night I get tired and
Yeah.
it starts to buckle a little bit.
How much longer are you think?
Well, I go back to work next week, part time.
Yeah,
So
excellent.
maybe another month and I'll be like, cruising the streets again.
Right on.
You know?
We'll have a sign ready for you.
Oh yeah. We're here. Good. Good. Well, there was something else I was going to say. I forgot.
right.
I'm sure I'll run into
Well,
it more times.
we are curious as to how this choice was made because it doesn't seem like it was very forthcoming.
That's what I saw. Yes.
Yeah, you know that trial just finished.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They haven't come.
gone to
They haven't reached
jury.
a
They haven't
conclusion.
come back.
No.
Well, I hope that he does get justice. I really do.
Yeah. Did you see that the police were out protesting last week?
No.
Protesting that they're being held accountable, and they got out protested.
The sheriff deputies?
Yeah.
That's who.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, we out protesting. I have a tendency to do that, though. You know what I mean? I got friends
Get
in
louder.
low places.
Who came up? Who came up with crybabies?
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Well, we'll be out here if you remember something you want to share.
Okay, well, otherwise I'll see you at the next
All
thing.
right.
I know.
Nice to see you.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by.
Constitutional rights of our cops here, though we have done nothing.
The criminals are on the
The
inside.
criminals are on the inside. Why don't you go arrest them? Officer, the criminals are inside. The ones taking bribes from corporations. The ones not doing the people's bidding. But instead of acting on behalf of the corporations, they're inside. Police arrest them.
So who was that?
She is from House District 7. She's a Democrat that we know from going to their meetings. She's always been friendly to us.
Yes, she
is
is.
planning to run for city council next year. I don't remember what district that is, but
But not at large.
I don't know what that large means.
At large means there are two seats
Uh-huh.
that are over the entire city.
No,
Two
she's
at
running
large.
for her district over in the Stapleton area.
Okay, which would be,
I don't know what it is. It's not. It might be 8 because Alice Brooks is in 8 and moving to 9. I think she might be in 8.
Oh,
but
Mary
I'm-
Beth Sussman. Mary Beth Sussman.
Is she term limited or something?
She's, I don't know how often they re-elect them, but she is in the vicinity of 7, House District 7.
Okay.
Whatever, not House
Can't,
District.
yeah. This is-
Yeah.
I don't know how the numbering goes versus House districts versus city council districts.
Yeah.
But she goes there. She's always been friendly. Her partner, Amy, was part of a group at House District 7 that requested that we come and give a talk on foreclosures when Representative Williams was trying to shut down any discussion. So even though they support Williams, they also are good on the issue. So we have a friendly rapport.
Do you have this electronically?
Oh yeah.
Because I haven't
Any
seen one.
format you
I haven't
want.
seen one with all the foreclosures on it.
Yeah. Well, this is the one I was bringing to her meetings, and she felt threatened by me sitting in the front row with a sign. But yeah, I'll post it and
So
tag
that I
it.
can share it.
You bet.
Because this is really alarming. This is a
It's
lot
phenomenal.
more point making. Makes more of a point than just this image, which
Yeah,
I
well, we have
posted.
David, we have a flyover that this came from. A friend of ours is a brilliant surveyor. He took the city and county of Denver GIS information, put this together, and then used Google Earth to do a simulated flyover the neighborhood. And you can just
And
see
it
how
goes
all
far
of
and
my,
wide beyond
oh yeah,
this.
yeah. This is not a unique photograph. The only thing unique is there's a school with every single home on the right side of it foreclosed on in the last 10 years. But the entire community looks like that. And
Because the one that I did post that indicates Montbello on fire and somebody's not
Right.
doing anything about it. This shows the fire.
oh yeah.
Yeah, these are the fires.
Yeah.
And the flyover is brilliant because it also talks about how their community was targeted. That community, it's not that people just didn't pay their loans, it's that they were targeted with subprime loans that they didn't deserve.
Deliberately.
Yeah, deliberately.
In the 90s?
In the probably the late 90s, early 2000s, yeah.
Foreclosure in her district. And then accepted an award from the
Actually, Bush helped with that. He encouraged more loans to poor communities, but there were no regulations in place, or at least there may have been regulations in place. They ignored them because Bank of America and Wells Fargo have paid between them over $500 million in reparations. But $500 million doesn't buy people's homes back. It gives people, a few $100 check for losing their homes because they were targeted with balloon payments, armed. Yeah, exactly. It's like stealing your car and giving you enough money to buy a tire.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Did you know that Walker Stapleton is a Bush cousin?
No.
Yeah, Barbara Bush gave him a contribution when he ran for treasurer against Kennedy, I believe her name was.
How long ago was that?
This was like 2 to 4 years ago.
Okay, so
She was the one just prior to him now. Yeah, Barbara Bush gave him a contribution, but I'm pretty sure he's a cousin on the father's side because his name is Walker, like George Herbert Walker. Just like what's his name, the governor of Wisconsin is a Bush cousin, but I don't know that that's as well known. I can't remember his name. The one that was going against teachers and.
It's not Rick Scott, is it?
It might. I think that's the one. It's
the one who immediately went after the unions.
Yeah. The one who's Republican in a Democratic state.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Where's a Walker?
This is our property? Right here. This is our property. From here? I know. From here to here is our property.
Like that, you're on the curb,
You said on this side of the
I said on this side, like right down this way. So, so on this side of the.
I'm at the place where you said.
I know you're trying to just shut us up, but we'll just get louder if you try and block us out. I will get louder, more obnoxious, if you try and block me off. I promise you I will get much more obnoxious.
Some of us are following the rules.
Yes, some of us follow the law.
Karen called me that night.
But the ones inside don't. And isn't it a coincidence those
It's all the buttons. And they would like to
Trying to block the view, huh?
I don't know. Angela Williams represents banks, not you. Angela Williams represents banks, not the people. Democrat of the Year represents banks and makes people sleeping on the street criminals. Are you enjoying the Denver Democrat dinner tonight? Democrat of the Year was selected, not elected. Huh? No. Benny Milner's a... no, I don't think so. I didn't notice that guy.
It's on the run.
The majority of your Democratic representatives
I do. I need to put that on.
Republicans like
I'm sure you're not too terribly surprised. But when they go against their own constituents, losing their homes in favor of the banks that they receive lobbying money from.
Oh, sorry.
Say, will you hold this
These
for a
are
minute?
homes, fellows,
Right.
that were proposed over the last 2 years.
Got all my papers.
Did you want some back?
Yeah, I gotta figure out my clothing thing here.
And then when she met with the American Bankers Association, she suddenly killed a dream that would have helped her constituents. And then she won an award for them called the
Oh, we're all screwed.
We're all screwed.
These are
Let me tell
Democrats
you,
rolling
park
in
my
here.
truck like that and I'd take you down.
That line is right here. They take the line from there to over here. And next thing you know, it'll be on the street.
Let me take a picture, huh?
Dear police officer, we are not the criminals. Please go inside and arrest the criminals inside. They are the ones committing the crime. They're the ones who need to be arrested.
You need the proof?
Until you go arrest the actual criminals inside, you are a fascist tool.
A tool!
A fascist tool.
A tool!
And a tool.
You're definitely a tool.
A useful idiot. I believe that's what the oligarchy calls people like you. Useful idiots.
Oh, who's this? Who's this?
Aaron. Mr. Goldhammer, how are you?
Good. How are you?
You're on film. I'm doing well. We're out here.
This is my buddy Gerard.
Hi, Gerard. I'm Darren. Nice to meet you. Congratulations on your award tonight.
Thank you so much.
Taking nothing away from that, you definitely deserve it for the contributions you made.
Yeah, you know.
I know we're square. I just want to put it out there.
You see him, you know. So,
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Actually, I've read this.
So you know.
Yeah. Where's the second? Oh, it's on the back side. Cool.
Yeah, it's on both sides. It's a long article. There's a lot of graft in House District 7.
Cool. Let me see. Okay.
What
What are you going to do about the corruption at Dora?
It's a good question. I don't know enough about it right now.
Ed Hall is losing his home,
So
and Angela could have helped him save
What's the
it.
issue?
Architects are breaking the law by a matter of
Ed Hall is
Expansion
losing
agreement
his home
licensure has
to
grown from 3 years in
fraudulent
1983 to an average
foreclosure.
of 11 today. Our state law says no more than 3 years. It also says must have a set passing score, must be tested for minimum competency. Florida doesn't have any of that documentation. It's all a lie. It's just rubber stamped as it went through last year.
Have you applied?
I've applied. I keep getting told I failed tests that I know more than Florida.
Frank is a university
I'm better qualified.
professor in
I
architecture.
am. I also have double the education of the board. I am a contractor, which scares them. I know what I'm doing. And we also have this problem of construction defects of why the condo market's been closed. Most people don't know how to do them. They're not tested for them in the licensure. They don't know basic construction defects for public safety. So why are we having this?
And Frank, while we have Aaron, I don't know that much about the volunteer work that you do. Do you want to take a minute to share? Away from the diesel?
Well, for the Denver Democrats, I've been the captain for House District 8A for the past about 4 years now.
Okay.
And that involves a lot of fundraising and organizing volunteers and running meetings and organizing our GOTV effort. You know, as far as some of the other stuff I do, I'm on the C4 board and the small donor committee for NARAL Pro-Choice Colorado.
Excellent.
I've been trying to do a lot of work on the new rec center that is going to be going in at Josephine and Colfax. So I'm on the stakeholders committee for that. On the Legal Aid Foundation Associates Advisory Board.
Oh, excellent.
So trying to make sure that
So you
people
might
have representation for civil matters.
Excellent. You might intercept the message I just put through Legal Aid after seeing your post about how do we bring, because there's a lot of money right now coming out of banks for their wrongdoing to help people. And if Colorado Legal Services is a route for that, it'd be a great thing, because we cannot frankly find any attorneys who literally, we can't find anyone to stand up for homeowners. I think because they just get their butts handed to them on a plate in court, but we need someone who's willing to stand up.
20 stuff is real tough.
Right.
So.
Is that something that Colorado Legal Services does that fall under their
They do
purview?
defend foreclosures and evictions.
All right.
So they do a lot of protective orders for victims of domestic violence.
as well as consumer issues and employment issues. So
Right.
that's kind of a lot of what they do.
Well, a lot of what I'm seeing now is because of the Rule 120 hearing, people go there to lose their home.
Yeah.
And then they have bad credit, and even though there's HUD and different organizations out there to help people get into a home, they don't qualify because their credit's terrible and they haven't been on the street.
Yeah.
And there's got to be a way to fill that gap of, 13% of people homeless in Denver just lost their house.
Yeah.
25% are newly homeless. There's a lot more than just people with mental illness or
Yeah.
drug addiction who
Sure.
are on the street.
Sure, and like you saw in that article I sent you about that case we tried.
I didn't realize that was yours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, I was kind of second chair, third chair on that. So, there's not a whole lot of protection for people in these foreclosures.
Right.
So.
And am I letting any cat out of the bag to talk about your future hopes for positions in Denver, or should we save that for later?
I'm considering very strongly running for House District 8 in 2016.
House District 8, which is strong on foreclosure
That's right.
issues, so we would be glad to have you continue
Beth has
that.
been really working on that stuff.
Excellent. Well, I think it's perfect timing because I think she's fought the good fight and she's tired. And as she says, it's the same face in front of them. They just grown.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we could use some fresh blood.
Sure.
All right.
Oh, hey.
Thanks, Aaron.
Good to see you, Derek.
You too. Hey. Take care.
I'm gonna take it up a few more notches in a moment.
brother. Yeah, you got it. That's right. That's right. Totally.
What's going on? Good to see you.
Pretty good.
This is my roommate, Gerard.
All right. We got red across from the other side of the street.
Other roommate. Yeah. Well, guys.
All right. See you later.
Take care. Be well.
Everybody knows we're out here. The douchebags who take money from corporations and then they use it to go against their own constituents, like Angela Williams. Angela Williams takes money
Belle
from big
Flores?
banks and
No.
then
Yeah,
goes
she
against
came in a
their constituents,
cab and
even though
she
she
came
right
doesn't
on.
Talk to us for a little while.
Cool. Yeah, see, the fact is there are some good Democrats, and the fact is they want their party back. But it's being run by a cabal that, includes Cindy Lowry Graber. Cindy Lowry Graber, who worked formerly for the Castle Law Group, who is now under investigation by the Attorney General's office, was the chair of the Denver Democratic Party and a good friend to Angela Williams and Ed Hall. And they're the ones who chose Angela Williams to be Democrat of the Year. So as soon as we can clean up the leadership of the Denver Democratic Party, I think there's a lot of good people waiting to do good work. That's my opinion.
You were speaking to before T.
Yeah.
Jenna says that she's running for city council.
Yeah, next year.
Do you know her last name?
Shook.
Shook?
SCHOOK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's like the only other person who posts on House District 7's Facebook
Right.
page.
And she didn't have an answer about when you asked her how the selection was for Democrat of the Year.
No.
She didn't. She
No,
wasn't willing to give you an answer.
Right, but there are people from that community who have the answer, and they say it was a selection process by a party of one, Ed Hall. And I've asked Ed Hall publicly, so I'm not just casting aspersions. I've offered him the chance to deny that.
Have you heard from anybody that someone
No.
else would have been a better selection, or did they consider anybody else?
We haven't heard anything because the process was completely done behind closed doors.
Time and time again, we see the candidates that don't have the big money behind them don't go anywhere.
Right?
I've seen
right
that
now-
again and again.
Right now we have Alette Valentine in House District 7. She's an independent. I think she's brought in maybe $2,600 and an army of people going door to door on her behalf. We'll see if a small amount of money and a lot of elbow grease can do it. But we won't know until November.
Yeah. And of course, I noticed that the Stapleton monthly newspaper, The Front Porch, failed to list her in their list of candidates for the upcoming election.
Right, and didn't they claim that they didn't see her on the Secretary of State's?
That's correct. That's what they claimed.
Right, and I went and fact checked that, and she's clearly there.
Yeah, I know. I saw that myself.
so she
she's
get
there.
obnoxious.
Yeah, it's a you know, a lot of collusion goes on to keep the people who are friendly to the people in power. And you know, what's interesting to me working in that community, it's my first time being really active in the African American community, and there sadly seems to be this push to get people in, no matter what their voting record once they get in, as long as they come from that community. People feel like they can declare a win, and meanwhile nothing changes for the people they're supposed to represent, and I find it really sad that people from there keep them in power, simply because
You're talking about the voters or the Democratic Party?
the Democratic Party, people like John Bailey, Wellington Webb, you know, use their power and influence.
And who is Bailey? What
John Bailey was someone who ran against Wellington Webb, I believe, for mayor of Denver, and he's still very active in the area. His wife is on the mayor's education board or something like that. They run they're one of the people who run the Black Round Table, Colorado Black Round Table.
Senator Mike Johnston.
Oh, excellent.
Is that Romanov?
Angela Williams represents banks, not you. There goes Speaker Ferrandino, who sent people to the Colorado Foreclosure Resistance Coalition to meet with us to get help because his office was unwilling to do a darn thing to help them. He passed a law that the banks break, and when we informed him that they break his law, he simply says, "Oh, that's terrible. That shouldn't be happening." But he didn't do a thing.
Admit guilt, Mark! She got the warrant for standing up to her constituents and screwing them over! By the big makers! American Bankers Association!
So you can kind of tell which of the Democrats are worth electing. They're willing to come have a conversation about what we're concerned with, how to make strides to correct it. And then they're the ones who quickly scurry away and get through those doors so they can go have their $125 dinners and feel like they are doing something cool.
Finally.
Angela Williams!
It's away my face.
She ran out legislation recently. American Legislative Exchange Council, ALEC, is a Koch brothers think tank. So Angela's cuckoo. How many other Democrats are cuckoo? I bet if we look at the legislation they've been pushing, we'll find a lot of them are cuckoo.
For people, Irene, for people who may be hearing you say Koch, that's KOCH.
KOCH, Koch
Right,
brothers.
funders of ALEC. And what is Angela Williams worked on that puts her in that
Telecom
camp?
legislation modeled by ALEC.
Right, deregulating telecom.
Yeah, I don't know the details.
I do know that the American Association of Retired People was against her bill because it will mean that they can't get telephones and service in their homes.
We're the foreclosure group again. Here's
Oh, okay.
Jared, you met.
Over at Beth McCann's.
Yes. How are you, Mr. Quick?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm glad to see you're getting a lot of endorsements recently.
Yeah, 5 out of 7 papers, so that's good.
That's pretty darn good.
You happen to need some info on Cynthia Kaufman? Some major crimes like, you know.
You can contact the campaign.
Okay.
You can do that on the internet now.
Okay.
I can't be the
All right. No problem.
Yeah, we've got almost the whole business committee here.
To stop by and say hello. Who else have you seen?
Well, just Rosenthal, but
I missed her.
Williams.
Did she come in? Did I miss her? I haven't seen her. I'm sure she will not come in this way.
No, she's probably got a room here tonight.
All right.
And then like about 6 inches of me, and he gets out of the car and you need to pay.
I don't think that's illegal.
Is that illegal? Assaulting the
I know throwing chairs all over down at the 16th Street Mall, they got arrested.
So throwing chairs is illegal.
I asked them not to murder her in the jail though.
Oh, that's the
Marriott's right there. Put up a two-way mirror up here.
Yeah. They've done their best to park their large vehicles out here.
That was so smart of you to Google this venue and
Right.
seeing them in the labor dispute going on.
Right, and for people who don't know, I just did Google Street View to see what this location looked like, and just randomly the picture shows a group with a table out here and a great big banner saying Marriott labor dispute. You know, so the Denver Democrats can't even seem to pick out a place that's labor friendly, and yet we're supposed to believe that they're the party of the people.
Yeah, I think we found out in that there is a list of hotels that are union supported, and I
Right.
think Hilton was one, which
Right.
often the state party uses the Hilton, but Denver Democrats didn't vet the Marriott, obviously. They're basically crossing a picket.
Exactly. It's a good thing you guys are protecting the people entering here instead of keeping the streets safe.
You and the stupid.
Some people could be like, I thought you're staying out of trouble, and I could be like, look how far I am from them already. What's up, Darren? What's going on, man?
Not too much. How are you doing, Fitz? You are live right now,
Nice,
brother.
man. You on Ustream or live stream?
Ustream.
Ustream, cool. I gotta get that. I need to. Can I use the Wi-Fi? Did y'all get the Wi-Fi password for this place?
No, we're just going over the air. You getting pictures? I can't do pictures.
I didn't know we were taking pictures of them. Oh shit, yeah, are they smiling?
Democrats are bought and paid for by banksters. Just look at Angela Williams' track record.
Hard to see them.
It's hard to see them.
Legislation that could have helped her constituents are getting a 50.
I guess on the bright side, when we have the police following us, they're not harassing homeless people. Yeah.
No, they just split their forces. One of them get out of the car, and he messes with the homeless people, and the other one comes down here and messes with us. I mean, they've been at this for 3 years now.
Yeah.
With these damn signs.
See, I thought they were Marvin Booker's family. It's not. The guy behind that pillar right there is his wife.
Yeah, he's just like, I mean, he's
See, I
curious.
thought he was Marvin
Hey, there's some more. Irene, there's some more Democrats over there. There they go. They're walking up right there. See him? See him? Over there.
Angela Williams was selected Democrat of the Year after voting against Democratic bills that would protect people from foreclosure. She was awarded the Independent Bankers Award for that work, and following getting an award, she got about $15,000 from bankers. Interesting that the Democrats would then vote her Democrat of the Year.
Is that the party right there?
So I asked.
Oh, it's downstairs.
Oh yeah.
How about Bag Woman of the Year?
How about what?
Bag Woman of the Year.
There you go.
She's collecting the cash.
Like, are they
She is that. I'm told by people in the party that she is liked by both Republicans and Democrats because she spreads the money around.
She goes to the South Metro Chamber all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is the South Metro Chamber?
That's a bunch of Republicans dominated by Wall Street. South Metro
Surprise.
Chamber of Commerce.
That was me
Lockheed
gasping.
Martin.
You couldn't hear the gasp because it was really silent. It was really deep.
AT&T. Lucent.
I never even thought about it. I had Karen's.
I've got my other one in the car.
You still got it?
Janet, why is repeal the urban camping ban relevant to Angela Williams?
She's on the Downtown Denver Partners. She's part of.
She's on the board of
She's
directors.
on the board. She was on the board of directors. I
We
believe.
think she still is.
Wow.
She hasn't denied it. So back in what, 2012?
Yeah, May of 2012, they passed.
They were showing up, the Downtown Denver Partnership, to speak to City Council in support of an urban camping ban that was supposed to be compassionate for our homeless population.
I just wish they would have passed it like they did the marijuana.
How's that?
They put a lot more work into that one.
Right. They actually thought about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They were getting money for it.
Well, they actually didn't get to because it was a ballot initiative. They didn't want it.
That's true.
In fact, Hickenlooper is currently saying it was reckless that we, the people, decided that we should stop going to jail for smoking a little green.
Just because you're in that kind of profession.
I find his statement reckless right before an election.
Yeah.
All right, so
Harry
guess I gotta
Anthony,
get-
let's go for
I
Harry
need to get
Anthony.
You bet.
your Ustream channel.
Yeah, I believe it's like Ustream.
Is it on your page?
It's on my Facebook page. There should be stuff up, but I think it's Ustream. I gotta look.
Athletics Monsters.
Take me just a moment.
Who responded?
Really? So do you win by default through all the rest?
Huh? No, I just tell. I just tell them. Now I'm doing the open records act request.
Oh, we're having a meeting. Y'all in for it now.
And then I file. And then I win. That's why I want a blank copy on that so you can take it and put it on the Occupy page.
So the party is downstairs.
I don't do Occupy.
No?
Are they going to let us into the party?
No, they won't let us in the building. They know what we look like. They know we're good.
Damn, I shouldn't have picked up a sign. I
Exactly.
should have just walked in the building.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
thought you were the
No,
house.
they're secured. It's 2
That's
floors
better. I
down.
just would have walked right in, went downstairs,
They would've
grabbed the tray.
assumed.
I would have brought y'all sandwiches and shit. It would have worked out.
That would have been awesome.
Here's somebody coming out of this government. Yeah. It's put under.
The Democrats are rewarding someone who fought
It's
for
on
appropriation.
It's
Is it a coincidence that Angela Williams won the Spirit of Independence Award from the American Bankers Association and the Democrats knew it was the Democrats? The only people who lost in that were her constituents.
Nice. Oh, Angela Williams has arrived. Angela works for big banks, not you.
Angela Williams is corrupt. She should be in jail or actually punished. She should get excluded from her constituency.
We're protesting the Democrat of the Year award.
Okay. Hi, nice to see you all. In the police say, well, that's Marvin Booker, right?
Yeah,
You're doing that.
we are. We appreciate that Aaron Goldhammer is winning a worthwhile.
Yes, I'm introducing Aaron.
Fantastic. We got to interview him out here and talk about future work. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Do you have any idea, since we have you, how this selection of Democrat of the Year was made?
you know, I don't. I'm not on the executive committee. I don't have any involvement in the choosing of the candidates or nominating them.
All right.
So I don't
Do you have any idea? So you don't know what the process is? All right. Okay.
Didn't have
Well, we
any
think they
involvement.
picked the wrong woman.
I know you do.
We'd like to see you up
Doing
there.
some good things too.
Yeah, so we're told.
How about Dora?
How about Dora?
Email, mails.
Oh yes. I have talked to Dora about your situation, so I'll send you an email.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care. Enjoy your dinner.
See you guys.
Are your fingers bad?
So I dislocated my finger.
Oh, okay.
Climbing a mountain.
I'm glad you were out.
Falling down a mountain. See ya.
Take care. Hello, Mr. Worth. Good evening.
She's been the sponsor for the foreclosure bills the last 2 sessions. We've had conversations with her.
Sneaked out of here. Did you see her sneak out of her car?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Who was that?
Beth McCann?
Angela.
No, Angela Williams snuck
That's her
out.
vehicle, that black one right there that just walked by.
She was escorted.
She got an escort the rest of them off the walk.
Yeah.
So, we were diverted with Beth McCann.
Democrat of the Year, that's why we're here!
Or next year they'll have a litter.
Well, everybody was paying attention to Beth McCann.
6 bearers.
She's like, what's the...
For Angela Williams, we'll have a litter. 6 bearers, carrying the litter.
I don't know, I think next year she's going to be looking for a job. Come November 4th.
That's right.
Oh, let me give you a sign back. What's up, man?
Banks and not her constituents.
See, I didn't know Angela had the government plate on her car.
Might as well.
I didn't either. See, she gets special protection from dangerous people. Dangerous people that she can't prove have done anything to bother her except, you know, ask her questions.
Yeah, I got it.
It's a free country. They can demonstrate that the way they want it. It's okay. It's America. I'm bullshit and get away with it. It's okay this time. I like bullshit. Yeah, no. Oh, justice for Marvin Booker. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I like it, man. Yeah.
We like you being here. Fantastic. This is democracy in action. Democracy in action.
Change happens.
When we all realize we have the power, that's when things will start getting better.
This is like being at the Academy of Awards all the stars. Let me see one.
I know, my man.
I'd like to see Angela Williams get what she deserves as president, so she can be free with no move like her constituents have been by her.
It's pretty good though.
Well, maybe she spit on him first. She did kind of spit on him first.
Democratic Party of them.
Fits. It's ustream.tv.
I can't get on mine. I was
Okay.
just gonna go to your page, but I need the password. One of these security guards got the password to the.
Wi-Fi?
Can we please get your Wi-Fi password to make stream a little better? We'll have it next time.
The reason we're here is Angela Williams is Democrat of the Year after foreclosing on legislation that would have protected her own constituents. 56% foreclosure rate in Angela Williams' district. She votes against her own Democrats' bill, Beth McCann's Mortgage Accountability Act, in order to work for the big banks. And now she's Democrat of the Year, and that's why we're here. Why are you there?
What are you saying? Did she sell us out?
She sold her constituents out. She sold Colorado out.
Everybody
She's
out.
saying that she took the kickback and sold everybody out?
Yes, Angela Williams.
That's exactly what we're saying, because if I zoom in here on this picture you've got, it's her winning an award from bankers for standing firmly in the face of opposition from her own political party. Well done, Angela. $15,000 to you.
That's right.
Congratulations,
I
Angela.
wish I could get $15,000 for doing something.
What I don't understand, I understand the $15,000. She served someone, but she worked against her own party. That's the part I don't understand.
But they should get
What's that?
They should get honored tonight or something?
Yeah, Democrat of the Year.
Well, see, evidently they on her side.
Evidently, they're not on our side.
Yeah, the Republicans tell you they're going to jam a reamer up your ass. The Democrats tell you it's only a little reamer.
Exactly. They tell you you should like it.
At least the Republicans lube it a little before they screw you.
They tell you what's coming.
They tell you you're going to get screwed pretty quickly.
Yeah, at least the Republicans are proud of the reamer they jam up your ass.
Yes.
Yeah, the Democrats try to tell you that it's just a little one, so it won't hurt.
The Democrats try and do it all sneaky like.
That's right. They want to get you while you're
It's
sleeping.
not my fault you're asleep and drunk.
That's right.
Do you want to use my phone and log in over the web?
Yeah.
So just go to Facebook and log out. You know, you can post some seditious shit under my name. I'd prefer you do it under yours, though. Hello, sir.
Oh yeah.
That's shameful.
Hey, you know, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't. Who are these guys walking out? I don't know. None of them. Yeah.
Hey, Fred, can I get a few of those documents?
Yeah, you want them all? I got more in my pocket.
Sure, thanks.
See you, Darren. I'm gonna go.
See you, David. Nice to finally meet you. Thanks for all your work.
Let's go today.
What's that? You got to go to, just go to a web browser and go to facebook.com. Angela Williams is Democrat of the Year after voting against her own party. She got $15,000 from the banks and she screwed her own party, and yet they've made her Democrat of the Year. But when I say they, I mean he. I mean Ed Hall, who's refused to deny that he selected her as Democrat of the Year. A lot of Democrats are pretty upset that that's how this system works. They don't believe that that's their party. I'm a Democrat. I don't believe that's how my party should be.
I won't be voting Democrat unless I have absolutely no other choices. And even then, I probably just won't vote.
No big for corruption.
This little piggy had roast beef. This little piggy had none.
This guy is following the police with his "End the Police State, Justice for Marvin Booker" sign, all by himself out here. I was wondering if they'd be bothering you.
Or I'd be bothering them.
Right.
Just seen that kid in the front. He wouldn't even look at me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even look at me. Like 22, 23 years old.
On the motorcycle?
No, the one in that car.
Well, when you work for the biggest terrorist outfit in Denver, it's kind of scary work.
In the world, well.
So they're gonna like try to arrest me if I go sit down?
Where at?
Huh?
So you can sit if you go past the corner right there.
Colorado's #1 Democrat, Angela Williams.
Yeah, she's number one in the eyes of the bankers.
In the eyes of the bankers and the downtown business partnership and
Exactly right.
all the neoliberals.
Absolutely.
Are we live streaming?
Yep.
How about that? Hi, Mom. I love ya. You know who it is.
How come Beth McCann didn't get Democrat of the Year?
How come
That's what I said. When I spoke to her, I said, we think the wrong woman's up on the stage tonight. See how we roll?
Who did Beth say she was introducing?
Aaron Goldhamer. He's the attorney who came out from her district.
Oh, the pink is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Nice.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Love you, Mom.
Way to keep it all relevant.
Oh, Gabby's just
Yeah.
Congratulations, Congratulations.
Is this Mr. Garnett?
Yes, it is.
I wanted to say hello. I'm Darren O'Connell. Sorry, I'm left-handed. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. We got cards out here if you ever want to meet or talk. Don't hesitate to reach out.
Fantastic. I appreciate that.
Why don't you come down to Barndo's?
We will take you up on that because when after you
I want Norman Campbell back in field, huh?
it's pretty bad. See what goes, you end up sponsoring and what now. What we can do to talk. I'm sorry.
Garnett. His dad is the district attorney in Boulder.
He beat Owen Perkins.
Yeah. That's who, we had a sign in Fred's front yard. Perkins. Right?
Yeah. Don't tell him about the sign.
No.
I didn't catch that. I'll edit that out.
This is a good one that we may have an ear.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
He's running in District 2, Ferrandino's seat. Yeah.
Yeah, because
We need a replacement in Ferrandino's district, that's for sure.
He beat Owen Perkins in the primary.
Thank you.
Talking to the empty police car.
Oh, there's someone in it.
What happened to all those motorcycles?
They left.
Jesus Christ. I didn't get a
No, they were just talking to the sergeant right there, checking in.
What is this sticker right here? What is this?
Or they went to the airfield.
What's a group got to do to get harassed by the police out here?
I walked over and tried.
Yeah.
I said, when are we?
You know, they don't have to do it because the hotel staff is trying to run us over, standing at the limits of where they told us we could stand.
Oh my gosh, look at
Mr. Brower,
You come down on your bike?
Of course.
looking good.
I'm green.
You want to revise that before you walk into the Denver Democrats Dinner? You're green. You are green.
I'm trying to be a green Dem.
There you go. Is that a struggle in Denver?
It is.
Is that because we don't have a good bus system, or because the Democrats make it hard?
Let me get a nice picture. Come on, let me get a
Well
nice
done. Can I get a picture?
Yeah. And then,
We don't have any pictures of that. Thank you.
and then what was Jen?
Let me use your phone, Janet.
Oh, I'm there at a picture with you.
Look at me glowing in
Here
my
goes. it looks like it's blurry. One more.
One more.
There we go. That's good.
Everything you do.
Take care. Kevin Brower, I think he was the party fundraiser this year.
Oh, I've seen him at regular rants.
He's also a.
That guy walks up, takes one picture of me, and then walks away.
Who did that? Nice. He might like your message. Some of these people actually give a shit. They're just stuck in a.
Pretty impressive.
You might like the message. You might like the.
Like how many people have come out to talk?
Or I might just got put on.
That's 2 years of work.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
be paranoid.
Yeah.
And it shows that there are people who care. We recognize that. They should be getting support. Not a piece of work like Angela Williams, who's working against her party, her constituents, working for the bank so blatantly that they give her awards she'd rather not be receiving publicly. In fact, she didn't receive it publicly. Behind closed doors. Closed doors like that, or we're not allowed to enter. But there are good people. We're just going to keep reminding them that there's support for doing good work.
I want a picture of you with the Marriott sign on. I don't know why it won't get crisp pictures.
Yeah, a lot of them are
I got this nice
blurry.
phone and then it doesn't take deep.
Well, it doesn't allow you to focus before it takes the picture.
Oh, is that what it does?
Yeah.
I guess I should take a picture of words, Mr. Word.
So you.
Did you post on your Facebook like watch me on Ustream now?
I did. I thought I did. I haven't looked. I can't do both. Angela Williams won Democrat of the Year after voting against Democrats to protect her own constituents who are foreclosed on at a 56% foreclosure rate, and the Democrats selected her Democrat of the Year. We find that despicable. We think Beth McCann should be winning that award for spending 4 years putting forth legislation before she finally got a watered-down bill through. Thank you, Denver Democrats. Thank you, Angela Williams.
How much did they pay her off to do that?
Her pay on the Secretary of State's page right after that was $15,000.
$15,000, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like the amount of money you'd have to spend to save your home.
Yeah, you can afford it.
How much annual rent would that be for an apartment for somebody who's homeless?
In Denver, low cost rent is about $1,100, $1,200 a year.
Yeah.
So it paid for about a year.
Yeah, won't pay for much because the rent is too damn high.
That's the party we need in Denver.
Houses, but they can't afford the rent nowhere.
That's right.
Well, good thing they ain't sleeping on the streets now. We got another camping there.
She went down there. She's tired. Look at you still standing.
I know.
This
I'm on Percodale.
This grandmother walked.
Just to let everybody know.
She walked over 7 miles today for Alette Valentine.
Trooper.
She is a freaking trooper.
She's in agonizing pain right now and still smiling.
Yep.
Still laughing. Look at her. I don't even smile. Look at her. She's smiling. I'm not even in any physical pain, and you won't catch me smiling. Look at her. She's smiling.
I know. She's always happy. This is what it looks like when you do good work. You look like this. Happy. Beautiful. Engaged. And you're not afraid to fucking walk the streets and talk to people.
No.
Right. Janet never has a closed door.
I have an open door.
That's right.
Angela.
You can come to my house anytime and have a conversation. I've tried to come to yours. You weren't home. Got a stalking charge.
No kidding, no.
Jeez.
No kidding, that's that.
Speaking of stalking charges, you
Let her lead,
I got one.
Just dropped
It was completely thrown out and called bullshit because I have First Amendment rights to speak about political issues. Who was that? We got a thumbs up.
Give me a thumbs up.
That's wrong.
Was it really Iran?
Yeah.
Right on.
How much time and money did that end up costing you, though?
Thousands of dollars. It's cost me thousands of dollars. And I could have lost my job if she had been successful. If she'd been able to convince them that my political speech was dangerous, which, you know, you don't know going in there.
Right.
I didn't know. It could have meant I lost my university position. Yeah. So,
And it takes less than that to
Congratulations,
take your corporate position away from you.
all right.
All you have to do is express any kind of political belief. You're fired. Speaking from
No, it's
experience.
not on there. Okay, do this the long way in Harley.
626.
So their dinner goes to something like 9. I'm not gonna stick around that long.
I think 10 I saw.
I just wanted to be here to greet. I think we have meet and greeted pretty well.
I kind of
Yeah.
picture their dinner as being composed of live babies brought out on silver platters and their pitchforks. Stab into them, bite their heads
Should we
off.
make an attempt to walk in? Oh, you already did that.
No.
Right.
I don't want to go in.
I like to make it hard on them to arrest me. That would be very easy.
That would be easy.
At least,
Would you automatically get a trespass if you tried?
I mean, they just walked up to me and said, "Are you Mr. O'Connor?" You know, the head of security.
We've been watching you on live stream.
Yeah, we were sitting over here. He told us to sit around the corner.
So y'all already made an attempt to walk in.
No.
No, we were sitting on the planter over here, and the security
Before we even did, they said no.
Where the right-of-way line was and where we could be.
This is your protest.
I mean, we could go see if for $100 we could sit down to dinner. I mean,
It's $100.
yeah.
All right, I'm taking donations. I need $100. I'm going to the dinner. Nobody wants to give up them?
I got money.
I think I got 100. All right, let me see.
Hang on. Hang on.
Money for that. You're going to the dinner.
Yeah, okay, let me in.
I have 10.
I got 7.
I got 7, okay.
Oh wait.
7 from you.
I got 12.
12 from you.
Oh, there's another 20.
So I got like the 120. Okay, let me see.
You're going to try to low
I have
ball?
money in my hand.
Yeah, just see if they'll let you in for $27.
We're great. How are you guys?
Oh, you can't go in there.
I hate the cops.
Oh, you can't go in there.
Yes. I'm a citizen. Right. Put on the glasses to start to notice things. Put on the glasses.
Shame, Marriott.
This is what the Democrats do. I can't get into the Marriott. I got the $100 in my hand. And this dude right here is telling me I cannot go in there, pay the $100 to sit at this table with these damn Democrats. With these damn Democrats. Now they already messed up the foreclosure shit, threw people out of their houses, sold themselves off to the bank.
Here, let me try. Let me try the $100.
No, they're gonna put you in jail.
Okay, all right.
Nice try. 27. 27.
Lucky we have
Dude,
all
you-
the video.
No, the cop was like,
He was ready.
yeah, he was like, I'm not.
We should have done a little race test.
That was bold, man.
I don't care if you got the money. He was like, what you got, bond, bail?
Nice try.
It was a good try. I had the money. I showed him the cash. He said, I know you're with them. I said, I'm not denying it. I'm not denying I'm with them. I should be allowed to pay $100 like every other citizen in the United States. And
Yeah,
we're in there.
we might be able to go online and get you a ticket.
Rubber chicken.
No, he's not letting me in. That cop was like, nah. What you got, man? I know you was with us.
He's looking for a promotion.
What would make him think that I was hiding over here? He was like, I seen you with them. Well, it's just a wide open space. It was like,
Democrat of the Year, Angela Williams sold out her party to the banks for $15,000.
Thanks.
Thank you.
now you're much kinder than the asshole that runs this place. Where'd he go? What's his name? I'm writing a letter of recommendation to get rid of this asshole. He don't know. He just don't fucking know. Like, we got people that run this damn city.
Write a strongly worded letter of complaint.
He said, my property. You really want me to believe that this is your property? You standing out in front of the building getting rid of it.
Come on,
the person who owns this place.
They're paying him $9 an hour.
Right.
Isn't this like He said, I do not want your business. I feel like I'm back in the 60s or something, or the 50s or something.
Right.
I do not want your business.
This belongs to Berlin Marriott.
I bet you I could go in the back door, though.
Okay.
I bet you I could go in the back door and wash a dish for these bastards.
All right, well, I don't think I could end on anything better than Fitz taking his chances going to the front damn door. Thank you for that big finale.
No problem. No problem.
Balls of steel.
Fitz just got hungry.
Yeah, I just got home.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted was $100. I was willing to pay for a damn plate.
I want
to eat with the damn Democrat. I thought they was somebody. I thought they was important. I thought they was working for us. I thought they were trying to help us. I elected to give $100 to these bastards to sit down with them. That's why I joined the Green Party, because I can't take it anymore. I can't stand it.
Well, you got out of the party of the people?
I got out of the party of the people.
It'd be a real
This isn't the first time
social experiment.
So Dan, we appreciate you doing your live stream thing. You're always blessing.
And I want to end by saying every one of you guys is my hero, because day after day, it's a small group doing good shit.
Especially this guy.
It's a small group.
The ammunition pointed at him.
Yeah.
Please get on the ground. Why are you trying to save this house?
This guy was pushing 70, got put on his hands and knees, his hands put behind his back, cuffed for the horrible automatic weapons pointed at him for the horrible deed of defending a grandmother in her home. He had a SWAT team come at him, but that's not where his bravery ends. That's kind of where it begins, because then he went all the way to Washington to choose to elect to do civil disobedience on the doorsteps of the Justice Center to call out Eric Holder for his failure to put anyone but homeowners in jail, not a single banker. And they refused to keep him in jail. His cause was so just, they didn't want the press, and he got the press. Fred Henrich. Thank you, Fred.
Well, I think anybody here would have done it. Somebody had to do it.
Right.
Yeah, well, we all like to say we would. You did it.
He's too scared.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
I
Thank
don't
you.
know if I would have did that, Fred.
We got people who have been standing outside every day and going to court for the Marvin Booker trial to hold our police accountable for killing a man. They had something like 8 people restraining this poor guy. They tasered him on the ground and had their bodies on him to the point where he died while being taken into jail. And now we're finding out through a civil case whether there will be any action taken against the police. And right now it looks very questionable, despite the fact that we have the Greater Denver Metro Ministerial Alliance and Occupy Denver and just a whole lot of people focused on social justice who believe that this kind of behavior has to end. Thank you all. And what?
End the police state.
Absolutely.